parang pinagmumukhang tanga lagi ang taong bayan. Na para bang hindi tayo nag-iisip, na para bang wala tayong alam, no? At para bang hindi tayo nagdi-discern ng mga bagay-bagay, no? At para bang hindi natin nauunawaan yung lahat ng anggulo na ginagawa nila sa atin. And I think this really adds insult to injury, no? Because tayo na nga yung pinagnakawan, tayo na nga itong inaalisan ng karapatan at kakayahan, tayo na nga yung inaalisan ng hustisya, and then in the end, tayo pa yung pinagmumukhang tanga. So I really don't understand why the government is doing this to the public. No? So sana ang akin is that if there was an order coming from the Supreme Court and if the money was there, no, if it indeed na nasa National Treasury lamang siya at hindi talaga nila na ilagay dito sa mga kagaya nga ng binabanggit ni Recto na sa unprogrammed expenditures, unprogrammed projects na ilalagay, problema talaga kung wala na yung pera.
Sa recent decision po ng Korte Suprema na yung itinuturing ng national government natin na excess funds ng PhilHealth ay pinasusoli na at sinasabi nga non-constitutional. Dapat na ba tayo magtapos dito or nagbukas ito sa marami pang mga question na dapat din na malaman natin, mayroon bang dapat managot pa or mayroon pang dapat na gawin ang national government ukol dito sa recent decision po ng Korte Suprema?
Well, actually, this is just for me, no, one of the many dubious and sabihin na natin gray areas, particularly in the budget. No? And I'm not only talking about the 2025 budget, but even the previous budget since siguro 2023, 2024 until 2025. No? Lahat ito, I think kung bubusisiin natin maigi, makikita natin talaga that there are a lot of unprogrammed expenditures, there are a lot of budget insertions that were made, a lot of irregular entries into the budget, no, and no less than the former president, no, President Duterte was the first one, I believe, no, to actually mention to the public that there was this irregularity, particularly dun sa blank entries, no. And yun lamang maliwanag talaga ng maraming mga irregularities. And I think the president should actually sabihin na natin become more sincere and straightforward sana in explaining these things, no, to the public. Kasi nga sabi ko nga kanina, ang daming hindi kayang ipaliwanag ng ating Pangulo, no? Lahat ito involving money, taxpayers' money, public expenditures, issues regarding our fiscal health, no? And all these things, actually, alam ito ng Pangulo. Definitely, he understands and he knows this. But the thing is, he approved them, no? Kaya nga kung titignan natin itong issue na kinasasangkutan natin ngayon, the flood control and everything, it's just a very, very simple lang naman yung paper trail. No? Titignan lang naman natin yung dokumento, titignan natin yung entries, titignan natin kung ano din ba rito yung mga allowable insertions at sino yung mga naggawa nito and why the president signed it, then we already have a case. No? It's just that hindi natin to tinitingnan because the ICI, which is supposed to be investigating it, is a creation of the president. And the Office of the Ombudsman, which is also supposed to be doing this, is also directly under the control and the auspices of the president. No? So, yun nga, the thing kasi with corruption, especially systemic corruption, you don't just do and steal money just like that. Everything should be planned. Everything should be properly orchestrated para lahat merong sasalo. Para lahat walang magiging butas at lahat magiging maayos yung mga transactions. And I think this is what we're seeing right now. And politically, this does not really send a very strong message. No? Kung makikita natin, even the image of the president in the international frontier is very much affected by this. No? Not just the case of corruption, but more importantly, the case or the allegations of him being a cocaine addict. No? This is something na medyo nakakasira din talaga sa ating reputasyon bilang isang mamamayan, bilang isang bansa.
Opo. And dito po sa naging desisyon, naging sentro din ito po ng diskusyon, no? Kasi ang sinasabi, isole. Okay? So, ito yung kinuha, nasa National Treasury, ito yung unang kinolekta na pondo or tax ng taong bayan, inilagay sa National Treasury, pinasosole. Tapos, meron ding parte yata sa desisyon na i-restore ito sa 2026 budget, which is ibang tax na naman na kolekta yan sa taong bayan na ilalaan na doon. Parang may conflict po ata, Prof. Anong tingin nyo rito?
Yeah, actually, para tayong ginigisa sa sarili nating mantika. And clearly a case of double taxation if you're going to ask me, because ito kasi, itong pera na to, nakuha na sa atin before, di ba? Supposedly, if they just place it in the National Treasury and the order of the Supreme Court is just to return it to PhilHealth, then they just simply need to return the money to PhilHealth, no? That is if the money is still there, no? That is that I believe that's the question, kasi they cannot return something that is no longer present or that is no longer there, no? But if the money is there, I don't see any reason why they will not be they will be constrained not to return it to PhilHealth, given the fact that the Supreme Court already made a ruling, no? So yun lang naman ang sigurong kailangan nating tignan dito, no? And alam nyo, itong gobyerno kasi na to is really very, I think they already mastered that art, of, kumbaga parang, excuse me for the word, no, pero parang pinagmumukhang tanga lagi ang taong bayan. Na para bang hindi tayo nag-iisip, na para bang wala tayong alam, no? At para bang hindi tayo nagdi-discern ng mga bagay-bagay, no? Para bang hindi natin nauunawaan yung lahat ng anggulo na ginagawa nila sa atin. And I think this really adds insult to injury, no? Because tayo na nga yung pinagnakawan, tayo na nga itong inaalisan ng karapatan at kakayahan, tayo na nga yung inaalisan ng hustisya, and then in the end, tayo pa yung pinagmumukhang tanga. No? So I really don't understand why the government is doing this to the public. No? So sana ang akin is that if there was an order coming from the Supreme Court and if the money was there, no, if it indeed na nasa National Treasury lamang siya at hindi talaga nila na ilagay dito sa mga kagayangan ng binabanggit ni Recto na sa unprogrammed expenditures, unprogrammed projects na ilalagay, problema talaga kung wala na yung pera.
Opo.
So,
para kasing
hindi dapat mangyari na ito ay ikakarga na naman sa 2026 budget because this is a totally different thing. Besides, the 2026 budget is already supposedly this month, ipapasa na siya, i-ratify na. No? I don't know if they could still include that when in fact, hindi naman talaga dapat.
Kasi parang ang dating kasi, Prof, parang defeated yung purpose ng desisyon kung kukunin pa siya for 2026. So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung nakolekta ngayon, yun yung ilalagay doon sa 2026. Ang pagkakaintindi dapat in short nito, yung nailagay dyan, kukunin, pwede nang magastos. Mag-aantay pa tayo na mababudgetan ito for 2026 na pwede na palang magamit pa yun sa PhilHealth.
Yung urgency kasi ng situation, especially nowadays, no, that there are a lot of poor Filipinos requiring and needing urgent medical care. Hindi nila to ma-access because PhilHealth really does not have the necessary funds, no? Even guarantee letters actually are not funded. So that really is a challenge, no? So if this government really has a heart for the poor, for the marginalized, for the the poor people that they really intend to serve, itong pera na to dapat ibibigay nila kaagad immediately, no, sa PhilHealth para ma-replenish, no, yung kanilang funding at para naman siguro maibigay din natin kaagad dun sa mga nangailangan. Because this is really the purpose and the intent of the budget, no, supposedly for them para magamit. Pero hindi ko nga alam kung anong pumasok dito sa ulo nito ni Ralph Recto why he did that thing, no? Na ilagay niya or iparada niya yung pondo na dapat talaga sa PhilHealth at inilagay niya muna dun sa National Treasury, tapos ngayon mukhang pahirapan pa yung pagkuha, no? So this really is a big it's a big blow again to the country if it's true na wala na talaga yung pera. Kasi kung maalala natin, binanggit na rin ito ni President PBM several months ago that he is ordering the PhilHealth, no, or the money to be returned to PhilHealth immediately. Pero after 2 months or almost 3 months, wala pa rin naman pera na ibabalik. And that's why the Supreme Court already intervened. And true enough, even after they intervene, mukhang hindi pa rin yata gagalaw, no? So I think we really need to be very vigilant about this. At ang mahalagang makita natin dito is mayroon pa bang perang natitira dun sa 60 billion in the first place. Kasi kung wala na, that really is a big problem, I believe.
Oo nga po, baka ito pa nga yung napondo doon sa mga flood control project. Kasi ang sinasabi, inilaan ito sa mga hindi health-related. Mas malaki pa po ito, billions pong pinag-usapan, 60 billions kaysa doon sa 125 million na sinasabi nga dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero ang pag-pressure nandito sa kay VP Sara. Ang isa pa sa parang walang nabanggit doon na maaring may managot. Though may mga separate opinion yung ating ilan sa mga associate justices, no? Isa sa mga significant doon yung pahayag ni Senior Associate Justice Leonen na mali ang pag-certify na urgent ni President Bongbong Marcos kasi wala namang kumbaga walang enough na reason para mag-declare. Kumbaga sasapat naman yung araw diyan kasi kataka-taka kung kailan daw inirmahan yung BICAM ng dalawang kapulungan ng Kongreso, yun din daw yung araw na ibinigay yung report sa kanila para pag-aralan pa dapat nga mahaba-habang pag-aaral para at least makapag-decide sila. Kaya nga yung iba sila play safe, hindi na lang sila talaga pumirma doon sa BICAM report, no, ng mga Senado. Pero ito pa yung 2024 budget, naniniwala si Justice Leonen na may mali. Kaya nga dapat ma-reenact daw to. Though hindi ito kasama doon sa kabuang desisyon po ng Korte Suprema. Meron na po ba kayong alam din, Prof, na tinanong ang kinwestiyon ng Korte Suprema patungkol dito po sa mga unprogram fund? At saka yung maliban dyan is yung yung nire-request ng executive through the president, minsan tumataas na tinataasan po ng Kongreso ang final na budget. Imbis na it's either i-maintain ito or bawasan. Meron bang doon sa unprogram and dito sa issue po na ito, Prof? Kasi parang hindi ito nagsasagot itong recent decision ng Korte Suprema. Hindi po sinagot itong ganitong issue. Pero may mga ibang opinion yung mga associate justices po, Doc.
Yeah, in nga po kasi ang problema rito, no. This is the reason why it's always in the bicameral conference committee where all these insertions actually happen. It's always in the bicameral conference committee wherein all this small committees reports and all this actually come into play. Primarily because there is lesser layers of scrutiny present in the BICAM. No, hindi kagaya doon sa deliberations sa lower house, for example, hanggang sa plenary. It's basically open to the public Kaya dito talaga nagkakaroon po ng problema. Kaya kung titignan lang naman natin, maigi, no, madali lang naman po yan makita yung insertions. We don't need to be very, very intelligent about doing these things, You just take a look at the NEP, the National Expenditure Program, and then you try to see and balance it out side by side with the approved bicameral conference version, and then from there makikita na natin kaagad kung ano-ano talaga yung mga insertions na nagawa, So I fully understand, that where some of our associate justices are coming from. Pero siguro ang mas mahalaga natin tingnan dito is ang inaantabayanan natin yung ruling nila regarding the unconstitutionality of the 2025 GAA, no? Kasi if that will come out, no, this could be another ground for possible impeachment, lalong-lalo na si President Marcos ay pumirma dito sa document na to, no, sa 2025 General Appropriations Act.